G'day, I'm Jason and welcome back to Street Car Culture's YouTube channel. You guys would have noticed this in last week's video, behind the scenes, when we were filming my other HB coupe. So this is a 1985 323 BF model. Now, being a four-door, generally there's nothing special about these, but I was at a wreckers in country Victoria, about 3 hours away, sourcing some other parts, and I came across this and noticed that it had some pretty cool parts on it. So after more investigation, yeah, I noticed it had an engine conversion. It's got different bars, different wheels and stuff, and then I knew I just had to grab it down. So yeah, let me grab the camera and we'll go around and I'll show you what's sort of unique about this thing. So we'll start at the back. You guys firstly will notice it's got a set of spoilers, so they're unique to the two-door Familias of the same generation. And what's cool is these are all sort of genuine Familia spoilers, hatch spoilers. So yeah, I noticed it had those. You guys will also notice that it's got Familia rear bar, so it doesn't have the factory rear bar. The Familia rear bars put the number plate in the bar and have a little sort of lower lip that runs around. These tail lights, I'm not sure if they're factory 323 tail lights or if they are Familia tail lights or another variant. That I'm unsure about. It's got a tow bar. No idea why I'll ever need a tow bar on this front wheel drive thing. So going around to the side of the car, I'm pretty sure, being an 85, it should have drum brakes on the rear, so I believe someone may have done disc brake conversion on the rear, so that's pretty cool. And then keep swinging around, you'll notice these set of 14-inch alloys are only, from what I believe, are only were only available on the Familias in this design. Someone can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But I believe, yeah, these design rims were only available on the Familia. So someone's obviously put Familia rims on this four-door as well. These Familia front bar. These have the cutouts for what would normally be, I'm assuming, an intercooler and stuff like that to get more airflow into it. It has the cutout sort of between the indicators and then has the little slots on the bottom. Standard 323 bars were very different and didn't have any of that. Now if we pop the bonnet, this is where it gets a bit interesting. If we pop the bonnet, I've got to do this one-handed. I'll pop you guys down there for now. So excuse all the dust, it's, like I said before, it was sitting at a wreckers for God knows how long. I assume like 10 plus years. But yeah, you'll notice that it's got the good twin cam 16 valve BP engine. So it's had a full BP twin cam conversion. This shell, I'm assuming, would have come out in single cam carby, maybe EFI in the later models, but I'm pretty sure this being an 85 shell would have been carby. So someone's gone to all the effort of fitting the twin cam and having it all wired up, whatnot. When I purchased it, I assumed it was sort of a bit of a project, but the owner of the wrecking yard, Richard, assured me that it was a running and driving vehicle. It just sat for a long time, but he advised to check the fuel pump and to pull the tank out. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. So obviously, being a four-door, you know, normally you wouldn't never really look at them or sneeze at them, as they say, but you know, having like the Familia bars, Familia spoilers, the wheels, the brakes and the motor, I thought this was a pretty cool thing, and maybe something that I could turn into just sort of my run around sort of daily, thinking maybe some roof racks, a roof basket, get it all cleaned up, get it tidied up as clean as I can, and just sort of, I don't know, just a unique, hopefully reliable cruiser. Another thing that I was excited about is it's a manual and the shifter bushings feel really tight, don't feel sloppy. If anyone can tell me what these seats are from, I know they're nothing special, but I just didn't think the standard seats had these inserts. What would have been, maybe blue or maybe black. It's faded black, I'm not sure. This car does have aircon and power steering, so that's another plus. On the dash it has, how much does it have? What I think is 62,000, but who knows? I mean, if someone's gone to the extent of putting all these parts on it, then you know, you could also assume that they may have swapped the dash as well. Who knows? But besides it being super just dusty and cobwebby just from sitting, it's actually, if you can see past the dirt and you know, and the moss like all up in here and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure this is going to clean up to be a really good car. Paint might not be perfect, but I reckon we're going to get this paint up. Being white, it's probably the best colour to get up. That's been sort of faded and sitting for ages, but I think give me sort of a few weeks and a lot of degreaser and vacuuming and maybe a spider bomb in the interior, this car's going to come up really well. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a quick sort of look around at this, just so you guys can sort of put your mind at ease. It's not a Familia, but I mean, God, it's pretty damn close to one. If I had a turbo, it'd literally be a four-door Familia. I actually like, you know, of course I would love a two-door Familia, but since I've got this, I actually am excited about having 4 doors. I'm excited about having a proper back seat, because I carry a lot of car parts, whether it be for the channel or for Grim or for whatever, so I can fold the back seats down, have a bit of room, or me and some mates want to go cruising, or I want to go fishing with the roof racks and stuff. Like, I've got room, so it sort of gives me that Familia sort of vibe without actually having a Familia. And just, you know, like, you never see these on the road, even a 4-door done up like this, so it'd just be also something different and unique for people to sort of see cruising out and about. So what I've done here is, on the advice from Richard, I pulled the tank out because we had a look to see if I had a look to see if it was getting power, and of course it wasn't, to the pump. And then after, sorry guys, I'm trying to do this one-handed, after pulling the pump out, you can literally see, like, this is all black gooey stuff that I've pulled out previously, but you can literally see how bad the sender unit, how bad the pump is. And if you look in the tank, it's literally, I'll see if I can show you, it's literally just rusty water. That's disgusting. So maybe you guys can put in the comments, I'm either going to chase a new tank, a new sender unit, and obviously new pump setup, or is there companies out there that can clean tanks that are sort of this bad? I mean, to me this tank's too far gone, but I'm also not up with the technology that maybe someone can clean these tanks out, because I have a few options. I can buy a second-hand tank, make sure it's clean, or I can go to places like Rock Auto in the US and just I can have a brand new BF tank landed for about $300. So tell me what you guys think I should do with this tank, whether I should if there's any products out there that I can use to clean it, or whether I should just bite the bullet and get a new tank. Also, of course, sitting at a wreck is someone's pinched, it had this is original Familia rehatch, so it would have been off the 2-door, because it's got the drillings for and the outline that it had a Familia badge, and I'm assuming this probably would have said either 4-wheel drive or turbo or something. But I'm not going to put that badge back on, but I am looking for a Familia badge to put back on. And you can tell obviously in the 4 doors the number plates sit here, so I'm going to have to do something, whether I find the panel, I think they're only for Familias, they have like a color coded panel the same as the tail lights that run across there, and then my number plate can go to the bottom. But I mean, underneath it's a pretty solid vehicle, rust wise and everything. I'll see if I can give you guys a look, but underneath, I mean, it's pretty damn clean, and for the money I paid for it, you guys can understand why I purchased it. So my plan what I plan on doing with this is maybe doing like a little quick series on how you guys can sort of buy something that's not mainstream and still affordable, especially in today's COVID prices. Do a little bit of work and have a cool cruiser for a fraction of the cost of what cars are going for these days. And then I was thinking I could do like a price breakdown of how much I bought it for, how much I spent on it, and everything, and like obviously the total cost to get it on the road and whatnot. But yeah, if you're sort of digging how this looks, if you sort of got any more suggestions or info about the car or these makes, leave something in the comments. But yeah, I just want to do a quick video. Obviously in the future I'll be doing more videos when we do the tank and we sort of start cleaning it all up, and I haven't even got it running yet, so I want to do the tank, the pump, probably pull the injectors, give the injectors a good clean, or get them cleaned and or replaced if they need to be replaced, and then put some fresh fuel in it, and then we've got to get it fired for the first time, make sure the motor's all happy. By all accounts the motor appears to be quite solid. I mean, the oil's really good. It's still got water in the radiator, and if you pull the oil cap off, you can have a look. I don't know if you guys can see down there, but the cam lobes and surface look really good and not rusted. So I think this is a good thing. A few of you guys already know on the pages where I got this car from, so yeah, I'm assuming a few of you will have some info on it, or if you come across the original owner that built this, maybe I can get an explanation as to sort of what was the reasoning behind him sort of basically turning this into a 4-door Familia when Familias were probably pretty cheap when it was built. It's just interesting to know because it's pretty quirky. I mean, someone's gone to the effort of basically building a 4-door Familia when they pretty much could have just bought a 2-door. So I'm wondering whether they wanted the extra space or what was the reasoning behind it. But either way, it's something pretty cool and unique to have, and hopefully it will clean up pretty well. But yeah, that's going to be it for now. If you enjoy this episode, if you enjoy the channel, please like, share, subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one.